Welcome to my Lebanese home. Today we're going to make together a recipe for fig jam balls or fig orbs, and I'll show you a few tricks to keep them looking like this. Each fig in its pair. First, for this type of jam to turn out well, we need to know how to choose the right figs. You can use any type of fig as long as it's not overly ripe. That means the figs shouldn't be fully ripe, they should be a little firm, otherwise the figs will fall apart and won't keep the shape I showed you. Also, the figs we choose need to be completely closed. They shouldn't be open, neither from the top nor the bottom. Also, if the stem is still attached to the fig, we should leave it and not cut it off like we do with other jams. Now let's get the pot ready in front of us. I'm going to add 3 cups of sugar or 600 grams of sugar to it. These measurements are for 1 kilogram of figs. Now, of course, there are many people who like to use a kilo of sugar for every kilo of figs. I prefer to use less, especially since this type of fig we're using. White figs are known to be very sweet, so I won't add much sugar and I'll add 2 cups of water to them. But for 1 kilogram of figs, I used 3 cups of sugar and 2 cups of water. Now I'm going to put the mixture or the syrup on the stove over medium heat and let it melt on its own. If you want the sugar to dissolve faster, you can stir it gently, because if sugar sticks to the sides, it might crystallize and ruin the jam later. Now, after the water has boiled, the sugar has dissolved on its own. I'll let them boil for about 2 minutes and then I'll start adding the figs. Now, after letting the syrup boil for a bit, we're adding the figs. It's very important for this jam to turn out well and for the figs to stay whole as they are, that we don't add too much at once here. I'm only making 1 kilo. Of course, you can increase the quantity more than this, but we don't want to overcrowd the pot. That means the figs need to be spread out in the pot, and as you can see, the figs float to the surface of the syrup, so I keep adding figs until the surface is covered. I don't add more syrup than this, and I don't overcrowd them so the shape of the figs doesn't get ruined. If you want to make a larger quantity of figs, use a bigger pot. And now for each kilo of figs, we need to add half a teaspoon of citric acid. You can substitute it with a tablespoon of lemon juice. And since the figs are floating on the surface of the syrup, it's natural that the syrup doesn't reach all parts of the figs. That's why it's important to gently stir the figs from time to time like this, so we don't ruin their shape and they stay looking nice.